Jeff Sneider here at TheWrap's interview studio at London House at the Toronto International Film Festival. And we're sitting here with the filmmakers behind the documentary This Changes Everything, Naomi Klein and Avi Lewis. Thanks for coming in.
There.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the documentary is about? I know it's about climate change, but...
Well, it's sort of a film about climate change for people who eyes tend to glaze over when you talk about climate change.
And I understand it's inspired or based on a book that you wrote as well?
Yeah, so I wrote a book that came out last year called This Changes Everything, and this is not the book, not the film. We're not that arrogant.
It's a big claim, but we're not making it
It's
ourselves.
climate change because one way or another, everything is going to change. If we stay on the road we're on, we're headed towards a radically changed physical world. We can get off that road, but we've waited so long that to get off that road, it requires changing a whole lot about our political and economic system, and that's kind of good news because those systems are not working all that well on a lot of different fronts, in case you haven't noticed.
Well, what can I do to help? Because I don't do well in the heat, Naomi.
This is the thing that people want to know, and the challenge of making a film about climate change in 2015 is we're all, it's a scary, scary subject. The easiest thing to do is look away. We both looked away for many years. And I think what's really encouraging us and what really gives the film a lot of its momentum is the fact that there's a climate movement emerging. There were 500,000 people on the streets of New York a year ago, and we were there. And there were people from across, it looked like the diversity of New York. There were people from poor neighborhoods and people from rich neighborhoods and people from every different background coming together to say inequality needs to be addressed. And the climate impacts of the way Superstorm Sandy attacked New York was totally disproportionate in terms of who was affected, right?
On the other side of the world, those people who are the most affected by climate change, most affected by environmental injustice, have the least responsibility for creating this crisis in the first place.
And people around the world are really starting to pick up on this. And so the film profiles different communities. We shot around the world over the course of years. We had 211 shoot days in 9 countries on 5 different continents. And it's a really global film that looks at people all over the world who are waking up to this crisis and seeing it as a chance to build a better world.
And this is not like a typical talking head documentary. There's a bit of narrative sort of woven in.
Figuring out how the book and film spoke to each other, we decided as partners in life and in crime. Naomi wrote the book and I shot the film at the same time. So we were developing the ideas. Naomi was working out the thesis of the book as we were shooting the film, which was really challenging in creative terms, but it was exciting in that we were exploring these ideas in their different realms.
All right, well, be sure and check it out. Naomi, Avi, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it.